The sneak peek of the week just dropped, and it's looking like medical gameplay may be changing forever in Star Citizen's next patch. Let's get into it. Alright, so since 4.3 dropped, we've had a very juicy Star Citizen Live episode this week in which the ship development team went into immense detail on many ships and gameplay systems coming in the near future, like drones and bed logging. This was probably my favorite SCL since the crafting one, and it was chock full of valuable information. I highly recommend checking out the whole video, which I will link below for reference. Now as for medical gameplay specifically, they covered a few eyebrow-raising details about the RSI Apollo, Star Citizen's premier medical ship, which is slated to release next month. That's earlier than I thought, especially considering the fact that medical beacons are currently disabled in the PU. Jared had this to say on the subject.
Wiseman93 asked, will medical beacons return with the Apollo? Boy, howdy, I sure hope so. I'm not going to sit here and say it absolutely will, because that's still roughly a month away. But we are making every single attempt to get those things back online. They were causing some really weird issues. Well, most people, you don't need me to explain to you what the issues were. It was just filling up the mission logs and making them unusable and stuff because of other changes that we made to Onyx facilities and stuff like that. So they were pulled down this month so that they could make some fixes. The things that have tormented medical players unfortunately won't be addressed when they come back. This is just about restoring their functionality that they had a month ago. But we will have more information about medical gameplay and the future of medical gameplay and stuff to go along with the Apollo when that launches, as John said, next month. But second to that, every single opportunity is being made to get medical beacons back for next month, because I'm just going to say it. It's really silly not to have them on the month you're trying to launch the Apollo.
So the way he speaks about it here makes it seem like the focus is to just get beacons back online and not really make any of the major overhauls that many of us would be expecting alongside the release of the Apollo. That is, until Friday evening, when the sneak peek of the week was dropped, and it's quite the big one. Here we have what they are calling the Medical Recharger, and it seems to fit more or less what I pictured in my head based on past explanations of medical bed functionality and in-game assets. Now, taking a closer look, there is a lot we can extrapolate from this image. The caption says, "I need to recharge." There are 9 lights with green and red indicators, which likely signal if the biochip is charged or not. So what could this be? Well, I think it's plain to see that this is the beginning of the medbed ammo change of some sort. Taking a closer look at the medical terminal on a ship like the C8R, you can see it always has these 2 little slots under the screen, which we always presumed would one day be used for medical ammo. This is the ideal way of limiting medbed use to something that must be restocked and prepped for, eliminating the possibility of just claiming a ship for infinite uses. This is a nice way to alleviate some of the issues of the Tier 0 item recovery before we even advance to the Tier 1 system.
Because the regen has always been the strategy.
How strict this new system will be remains to be seen, however. I would imagine that when you claim a ship, you will probably get a respawn or 2 for free with the claim. But any more than that, and the biomaterial will have to be swapped out for a fresh one. Of course, that's all just speculation, but it seems we won't have to wait long for further clarity, as the RSI Apollo is slated for a September launch, and we will surely learn more about this new system in the coming weeks.
We're aware that there are some issues with medical gameplay at the moment, and beyond just the beacons being not there, and we're wanting to try and fix some of those things and improve the whole, like, not just fix things, add gameplay to the medical stuff, but hopefully we'll get that for September, if not soon after.
And there will be some more changes to med beds and how they work. They're getting some additional functionality and stuff, but you'll learn more about that when that promotion stuff goes, closer to the event.
I'm interested to see if these recharge stations will be exclusive to hospitals and clinics, or if they may be installed in dedicated medical ships. It is sporting the typical clinic color scheme, so I'm thinking you may have to go to a clinic or a hospital to use it. But maybe you can put one on your hangar. As for the ammo, perhaps Tier 1 beds will get more mileage out of a single charge than a Tier 3 bed, or a Tier 2. Perhaps Tier 3 beds really won't let you respawn at all. I know there were some questions about an updated medical page, but nothing's confirmed as of yet. So many questions raised by this one image. While this change to the medical system does seem imminent, it remains unclear if any new gameplay will be coming for the medical loop, such as NPC medical missions for a proper medical career path in-game. Based on Jared's tone in the SEL, I have my doubts that we'll see it in September, but I am still cautiously optimistic on this one. Going back to the topic of the RSI Apollo, there is some other interesting news. Unfortunately, the ship will not be coming with its medical drone functionality at launch, although space was left for it and it may come sometime in the future. As a small concession, SIG is granting access to all 6 modules for free to every Apollo owner. I believe people who paid for all the modules will be credited back, but don't quote me on that.
When we were looking at the ship, the drones was this sort of grey area. They said they would do one thing in the concept. That sort of doesn't really apply in the game loop we have now for medical. They predated tractor beams and just the whole respawn mechanics we have now. So we have left space for the drone bay in the ship. We've not got rid of it. The space is there if we find a valid use case for them to exist when drones as a feature exist. But the Apollo will launch next month without drone gameplay.
Now, I do want to add that because the Apollo is launching next month without the drone gameplay, we are going to do something else. We mentioned those modular bays that the Apollo has. The left and right tier 1 bed, the left and right double tier 2 beds, the left and right 3 tier 3 beds. In the past, when we've added modules to ships like the Retaliator and whatnot, we have sold those modules individually. We are not going to do that with the Apollo. So I'm here to tell you now, we are going to include all 6 modules for free on every Apollo SKU. So if you already own the Apollo, you've got it already in your account, we are going to retroactively inject those into all of your existing items on the My Hangar app on your website. So if you have the Apollo now, you're going to get all 6. If you purchase the Apollo when it comes out in September or at any point from now on, it's not like a limited time thing. If you purchase the Apollo from any point from now on, it will come with all 6 bays. So that's just one of those things. We were just looking at it, and it's like for all the reasons John said, absolutely completely valid about not including the drones at this time. We still felt there was something more we could do to kind of ease that switch over. So this is what we're going to do.
So in total, this is a really interesting development for medical gameplay, and I'm really excited to see where it goes from here. And that's all for right now, guys. Click here for the latest Shadow Patch Notes changes in 4.3, and click here for my vlog of the Tampa Bar Citizen event. Alright guys, I'll catch you on the flip flop. Peace out.